Hi everybody, today I'd like to show you on some tips that you would like to consider when buying a film camera. So there's two kinds of film camera, one is a point and shoot and one more is an SLR. So you can see that the size difference is pretty huge. With the SLR, you're able to change your lens, etc. during like if you like to do fast shots and all, or you want something like a longer range, and you want something that you have more full controls over, like the shutter speed and etc. So like you want to make it like the exposure to be like slightly like less exposure, more exposure. There's a light meter to control it. You can even do like double exposure with a SLR. Some cameras like the Nikon F3 enables you to do so. So likewise, because SLR firstly is heavy, is more expensive than the point and shoot series. SLR sometimes if you buy the automatic ones, I feel that it's quite okay. It's quite interesting if you like to play around with those like program functions, etc. Like the exposure range and you want to see around. So you can do so. If you like something that is more compact to like this, so you can think of getting like a point and shoot camera. So there's like various other brands that you can think of, like Canon, Olympus, etc. So and then next thing to consider is also like, I mean, basically, you buy a roll of film, it's just only 36 rolls of shots, unless you can get some like special ones like this movie film, which is only 12 shots, etc. So, whatever camera you buy, you can take maximum up to the camera, up to the film range that's given. So, most of these modern film cameras, they're able to support an ASA from 50 all the way to 3002. So with like a SLR and all these things, basically can goes up to also around 3002 as well lah, for films and all etc. But in point and shoot like this, they control everything automatically. So what is ASA? ASA is basically like your film speed and all that will be labeled onto your film. Like for example, if you buy Color Plus 200, your ASA will be 200. For example, you buy Kodak Portra 400, it'll be ASA 400. Basically like 400, 800 is basically like the ISO. Then the higher it gets, the more grainy the photos will be. So yes, so that's about another part of film lah, which I will talk about in the next video. So for camera wise and all, if you like a lighter options, you can take this type of cameras. So the range and the zoom. So basically this is a viewfinder and all. So this type of cameras, they tend to last much better handle lah, in terms of like it won't grow like fungus, etc. I mean it will still grow lah, but it tends to be much better because these lenses are actually sealed quite tightly and all. So the next thing to look out for is, if you're buying a point and shoot, is the zoom range, etc. So like how far the zoom that you want. So some people, they like something that is more versatile, like you want like a far range zoom, etc. So you have to get like a higher So most point and shoot will be able to give you up to 180. The most I see is 150. The most common is 105, 120. Then that's how you can get it. Then for wide angle range, most of them will be 38, 35, etc. So you cannot get very wide like fisheye lens, etc. So there's like they don't have the things to put for it. So other than that, for photo wise quality, it also depends on the like the lens sharpness as well. But for SLR, the image will tend to get sharper based on my experience. For point and shoot, I wouldn't say point and shoot is not sharp. It is equally sharp as SLR. And also, it also depends on like what occasion that you want to shoot with. Because most of these point and shoot, they don't come with a hot shoe flash. So hot shoe flash is basically can install the kind of flash that you like for the cameras and all, but it comes in the ready built-in flash right here. And then secondly, it's also like battery availability, because most modern point and shoot cameras will use either AA batteries or CR123A batteries, whereas for SLR you tend to use those like LR44 batteries, and sometimes like the Olympus OM1, it can be a bit complicated with the batteries, and some Pentax, because these are older model batteries like the 4L44. You can still buy like the like equivalent range, or maybe can modify a bit, like adding aluminum foil to make it like battery contacts to be in contact. So likewise, in terms of like battery wise, these are all much easier to get compared to SLR types. But SLR, I won't say it's not very common lah, but you can still get them, you know. So the loading of film wise will be very easy for most point and shoot cameras. So basically put a roll of film in, then you slide the slider in to around here. That's where you can like load up your roll of film. And some cameras like the SLR, it tends to like guarantee that you will be loaded, because if you miss, like, because to see whether you really loaded your film is when you advance your camera, it tends, this type of knob here will tend to move along when you advance it. So that's how you can tell that your film is being loaded lah, whether it's safely or not. Then for this camera, it will always automatically show you up here. So you will show it as 1. So when you repeat as E, it will tell you that your film or roll is not loaded properly in. Yeah, so the safety mechanism for most modern point and shoot cameras will be better off. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope this video will actually help you to decide what kind of like cameras do you think you like it more. So anyway, if you have any question, please feel free to put it down in the comments below, and I'm always ready to help you to, help you to think through like what kind of model will be good for you, etc. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Bye.